Dr. D. Prem Anand. He has pursued his Masters, his MPhil and PhD in Physics from Loyola College, Madras University. He has been actively doing research since 2004. His area of specialization is crystal growth and its characterizations, nanomaterials and polymers which are used in solid-state batteries. He is guiding 6 more research scholars in the field of crystal growth, nanoscience and polymer science. He has published more than 75 research papers and he currently works as a professor of physics at St. Xavier's College, Palayamkotte, Tamil Nadu.
Welcome to UGC lecture series in physics for BSc Physics Honours. In this lecture series, we are going to discuss the following concepts. The topic is Maxwell's thermodynamical relations. The contents outlined in this topic are Maxwell's thermodynamical relations, derivation of relation, how to derive Helmholtz function, what is Gibbs function, how to derive this Gibbs function, what is specific heat capacity at constant pressure, what is the specific heat capacity at constant volume, and Joule-Kelvin coefficient. Now, let us derive the Maxwell thermodynamical relation. As already stated in the previous lectures, we have concentrated on the first and second law of thermodynamics. So, from the two laws of thermodynamics, Maxwell was able to derive 6 fundamental thermodynamical relations. In order to derive these relations, you need to specify a state of a system, and this state of a system can be specified by any pair of variables or any pair of quantities, say like pressure and volume, pressure and temperature, temperature and volume, pressure and entropy, and so on. Therefore, to designate the state of a system, it is essential to know the following 3 variables. They are pressure, volume, temperature and entropy. In solving any thermodynamical problem, the most suitable pair is chosen and the quantities constituting the pair are taken as independent variables. Keeping in this mind, let us now derive an equation for Maxwell thermodynamical relation. We know that from the first law of thermodynamics, delta H is equal to du plus delta W, where this delta H is the heat energy supplied and du is the internal energy and delta W is the change in the work done. We know that the value of delta W is, that is du, delta W is what? It is P into D into V, where P represents the pressure and V represents the volume. So, I can write the left hand side has to be delta H. So, from this equation we can calculate what is du, or we can write du plus P dV is equal to delta H. Therefore, I can write du is equal to delta H minus P dV. But whereas we need to connect delta H and delta S. So, therefore, as per the definition of entropy, we have ds is equal to delta H by T. So, from this we can calculate what is delta H. Therefore, delta H is equal to T into ds. So, you supply this value of delta H, T into ds in this equation. Therefore, I have delta H is equal to T into ds minus P into dV. So, considering the entropy, internal energy and volume to be the functions of two independent variables, say x and y. Therefore, we can differentiate this equation. Therefore, I can write ds is equal to, where ds is the change in the entropy, keeping the independent variables x and y, and by differentiating we can have it is dou s by dou x of y into dx plus it is dou s by dou y of x into dy, where ds is the change in entropy, where x and y are variables. So, keeping y as constant and differentiating, the first parameter turns out to be ds is equal to dou s by dou x. So, y is a constant with respect to dx, plus similarly keeping x as constant and differentiating y, the second differentiative turns out to be dou s divided by dou y of x into dy. So, this is for the change in entropy. Similarly, we can extend this partial derivative for du also. So, similarly we can differentiate for du. Du is equal to, it is dou u by dou x of y into dx plus dou u by dou y of x into dy. In the first case, we have taken s as the differential. In the second case, we are taking the difference in internal energy as du. Therefore, keeping x and y as variables and differentiating y, the first part turns out to be, it is dou u by dou x, it is a differential of x, keeping y as constant with respect to dx, plus it is dou u by dou y, differentiating y, keeping x as constant with respect to dy. Similarly, we can extend this for dv also. Therefore, dv, so what will be dv? dv is equal to, similar case, it is dou v by dou x of y dx plus it is dou v by dou y of x dy. That is, I am keeping y as constant and differentiating this volume term. So, the first term turns out to be dou v by dou x of y of dx, and similarly in the second term I am keeping x as constant and differentiating y. So, this turns out to be, it is dou v by dou y of x dy. So, these are the values for ds, du and dv in terms of partial differentiation. So, we have all this value ds, du and dv. Substituting this value in this equation, that is delta h is equal to T ds minus P dv, we can have this. So, for differentiating this du term, I can write it is dou u by dou x of y into dx plus it is dou u by dou y of x dy. Because this u is a function of x and y, two variables, therefore, two partial derivatives are there. So, this is the left hand side of this equation. In replacing this by replacing delta h by this equation, the left hand side turns out to be dou u by dou x of y into dx plus dou u by dou y of x into dy. And since delta h is equal to T into ds minus P into dv. So, keeping T as a constant. So, the value of ds we have estimated as dou s by dou x of y with respect to dx plus dou s of y with respect to x of dy minus P, the P term is retaining here P. In place of dv, we have dou v by dou x of y into dx plus dou v by dou y of x into dy. So, these are the terms, and once again rearranging these terms, I get dou u by dou x into dx plus dou u by dou y into dy is equal to t into dou s by dou x minus p into dou v by dou x into dx plus t into dou s by dou y minus p into dou v by dou y into dy. So, this is the final term. So, comparing the coefficients of dx and dy, so let us now see what is the coefficient of dx in the left hand side. The coefficient of dx in the left hand side in this equation is dou u by dou x into dx is equal to dou u by dou x into dx is equal to t into dou s by dou x of y into dx plus t into dou s of dou y of x. Similarly, dou u by dou y of dy is nothing but t into dou s by dou y of dy minus p into dou v by dou y of dy. So, recollecting these terms, I can write dou u by dou x is equal to t into dou s by dou x minus p into dou v by dou x. Similarly, dou u by dou y. So, in place of x, partial derivative x, if you replace x by y, we get t into dou s by dou y of x minus p into dou v by dou y of x. So, differentiating this term, I can write once again with respect to x, I can write dou by dou x of dou u by dou y is nothing but it is dou squared u by dou x dou y. So, this is the left hand side of this equation, dou squared u by dou x dou y. So, that turns out to be, therefore, I can write the right hand side term as dou t by y into dou s by dou x plus t into dou squared x s dou y dou x minus dou p by dou y into dou v by dou x minus p into dou squared v by dou y dou x is equal to dou squared u by dou x dou y and dou squared u by dou x dou y. So, replacing this partial derivative, differentiating this partial derivative once again. So, dou squared u by dou x dou y. So, you replace this y term by x and x term by y. We can write dou squared u by dou x dou y, that is equal to, it is dou t by dou x of y into dou s by dou y of x. That is, you are replacing y by x and x by y. Because this x and y are interchangeable, this turns out to be t into dou squared s by dou x dou y minus dou p by dou y is there, you replace it by x dou x, dou v by dou x is there, replace x by y, dou v by dou y minus p into dou squared v by dou x dou y. Therefore, the change in internal energy is brought about by changing the volume and temperature, whether the volume is changed by dV first and T by dt later or vice versa is the same. Therefore, from this expression, it is clear that this du is a perfect differential. So, therefore, I can write dou squared u by dou y dou x is equal to dou squared u divided by dou x dou y. So, these two are equal, and therefore, I can write dou t by dou y into dou s by dou x plus t into dou squared s by dou y dou x minus dou p by dou y into dou v by dou x minus p into dou squared v by dou y dou x is equal to dou square u divided by, it is dou x dou y. Similarly, replacing this y term to x, I can write dou t by dou x. Here we have dou s by dou x. Therefore, replacing x by y, we can write dou s by dou y plus t into dou squared s dou x dou y minus dou p, y is there. So, dou p by dou x, dou v by dou x is there. So, it is dou v by dou y here minus p into dou squared v divided by dou x dou y. Simplifying all this value, I can write dou t by dou y of x into dou s by dou x of y minus dou p by dou y of x into dou v by dou x of y is equal to is simply it is dou squared u divided by dou x dou y. So, therefore, the same differentiation can be extended to x variable also. Therefore, replacing y by x, we have dou t by dou x into dou s by dou y minus dou p by dou x dou v by dou y is equal to it is dou squared u divided by dou y dou x. So, here x and y can be any two variables out of pressure, volume, temperature and entropy. So, taking t and v as independent variables, let us now derive a relation 1. There are 6 Maxwell relations. First, we will derive the relation 1. So, in order to derive this relation, we are taking t and v as independent variables and keeping x is equal to t. X is equal to t and y is equal to v, and by differentiating we can have what is dou t by dou x. So, dou t by dou x is simply 1, and similarly what is dou t by dou y? Dou t by dou y is 0 for x is equal to t. So, for x is equal to t, we are differentiating dou t by dou x and also dou t by dou y. Therefore, dou t by dou x is 1 and dou t by dou y is equal to 0. Similarly, by taking y is equal to v and differentiating, similarly taking y is equal to v and differentiating, I can write it is dou v by dou y is equal to 1, and similarly dou v by dou x is equal to dou v by dou x is equal to 0. So, substituting all these values, we get dou s by dou v is equal to dou p by dou t, but since ds is equal to dou h by t and dou h by v into t is equal to t into dou p by t, this is the relation 1. Similarly, taking t and p as independent variables, that is x is equal to t, if we differentiate with respect to x, therefore, dou t by dou x is equal to 1, and similarly dou t by dou y is 0. Likewise, taking y is equal to p, y is equal to p and differentiating with respect to y, therefore, dou p by dou y is equal to 1, and similarly dou p by dou x is equal to 0. So, substituting this value dou t by dou x is equal to 1, dou t by dou y is equal to 0, dou p by dou y is equal to 1 and dou p by dou x is equal to 0. In the previous equation, we get dou s by dou p is equal to minus of dou v by dou t, or I can write dou h by dou p of t is equal to minus t into dou v by dou t. So, this is the relation 2. The relation 2 is dou h by dou p of t is equal to minus t into dou v by dou t. The relation 3 is similarly taking s and v as independent variables, where x is equal to s, and differentiating with respect to x, I can write dou s by dou x is equal to 1, and similarly dou s by dou y is equal to 0, and y is equal to v. If you differentiate this with respect to y, dou v by dou y is equal to 1, and dou v by dou x is equal to 0. Therefore, let me recollect: dou s by dou x is equal to 1, dou s by dou y is equal to 0, dou v by dou y is equal to 1, and dou v by dou x is equal to 0. Substituting all this value in this equation, I have dou t by dou v is equal to minus p into dou p by dou s, or dou t by dou v is equal to, it is minus t into dou p by dou h. The fourth relation is taking the similar argument holds good, taking s and p as independent variables and putting x is equal to s, differentiating with respect to x. Therefore, I can write dou s by dou x is equal to 1, and dou s by dou y is equal to 0. Likewise, y is equal to p, differentiating with respect to y, dou p by dou y is equal to 1, and dou p by dou x is equal to 0. So, therefore, here we have dou s by dou x is equal to 1, dou s by dou y is equal to 0, dou p by dou y is equal to 1, dou p by dou x is equal to 0. So, putting all these values in this equation, the previous equation, I get dou t by dou p is equal to minus dou v by dou s at constant pressure. Therefore, dou t by dou p is equal to t into dou v by dou h at constant pressure. And this is the fifth relation, taking x is equal to p and y is equal to v. We have dou p by dou x is equal to 1, dou v by dou y is equal to 1, dou p by dou y is equal to 0, dou v by dou x is equal to 0. So, substituting these values, we have dou t by dou p into dou s by dou v minus dou t by dou v into dou s by dou p is equal to 1. And this is the sixth relation, Maxwell thermodynamical relation. So, taking x is equal to t and differentiating with respect to s, I get dou t by dou x is equal to 1, and dou t by dou y is equal to 0. And similarly, y is equal to s. I have dou s by dou y is equal to 1, and dou s by dou x is equal to 0. So, these are the four partial derivatives. The value of partial derivatives are dou t by dou x is equal to 1, dou t by dou y is equal to 0, dou s by dou y equal to 1, dou s by dou x is equal to 0. Substituting these values, we have dou p by dou t into dou v by dou s minus dou p by dou s into dou v by dou t is equal to 1. So, these are the important thermodynamic relations. While solving a particular problem, the suitable equation is used. Let us summarize what we have discussed so far in this lecture. In this lecture, we derived Maxwell's thermodynamical relations. There are 6 thermodynamical relations connecting S, U and P, and we derived all those relations. These are the following questions you can answer after this end of this lecture. The question is, derive Maxwell's thermodynamical relation, prove that the ratio of the adiabatic to the isochoric pressure coefficient of the expansion is equal to gamma by gamma minus 1. Thank you.